So it's the last game before Christmas, and hopefully Wednesday can get a win at home. Hello and welcome to this video. If you could like, share and subscribe to the channel, much appreciate it. Liking out the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when videos go live. So Sheffield Wednesday got Stoke in our final home game of I think it's our final home game of the year. Actually, I think our next two games are away, so this is our last home game of the year, if I'm not mistaken. Before we go into the Boxing Day game, so before we go into anything, Merry Christmas. I hope you have a good one, and it's a very good situation to be in. But Sheffield Wednesday are playing a Stoke team who we are going to have to be careful of, that man, Mr. Cannon, because he is very, very good at the moment for Stoke. I believe he's up there in the highest goal scorers. That'll be interesting to see what happened there. But when to go with Beadle, Valerie, Bernard, Iorfa, Matlow, Johnson, Charles, Bannon, Gassama, Windass, Smith, Charles, Otabayo, Patterson, Chalobah, Jamal Lowe, Masaba, McNeil, and Ubbo are on the bench. They go with Johansson, Wilmot, Rose, Gibson, Chashamayu, I think that's it, Seko, Moran, Berger, Bobcat, Kumas, at Cannon. They've got Bohan, Gooch, Phillips, Law, Sadibi, Jr., Teddergill, Ennis, and Gallagher on their bench. We know how good Victor Johansson is, so we will have to try our best to beat him. So home form isn't the best, and the thing is, a lot of people are going to be going into this probably with people who they won't see until after Christmas. So it'll be one of those situations. Hopefully it's a good atmosphere. But half 12 kickoff, one of the ones could go either way. Let's see if we can get all 3 points at home and last win at home for 2024. So that was a very scrappy game indeed. Both teams can't get hold of the ball well at all. And Stoke have come here and had a game plan to play. And you know what? Fair play to them. They played it well. They know what they're doing. They're winding people up. And you're thinking, how is this game going to go? We've had a couple of shots, but nothing was really convincing. Lot of fouls committed, a lot of everything like that. Josh Windass had a shot and it just is on time. But on target, but it's straight at the keeper. We've had 2 shots, 2 on target, which is good, better than their 1 and 0. But we need to try and make things happen, and Bernard has had a mare of a game. Twice in it, he gets one where he just pulls the man down because he has a bad touch, gets a yellow. And then right close to the end of the first half, gets another yellow, red card. We're going to miss him for Middlesbrough now. And we've got a very depleted bench because there are players missing like Valentine, Palmer, and I believe the other one is a Whitway because they're all ill. So it's a very depleted bench. And you actually look at it, doesn't give you much in the way of people to come on. So being down to 10 men really does not help us. So we were having to be under the cosh a little bit. And the conditions have not helped. There was a bit of an argy-bargy down the other end. There, Kumas took light winding players up. Charles got one as well because he was being apparently too aggressive on the thing, pulls him down. But when it's the other way around, where, say, the Stoke player does something similar, doesn't get anything. All I like is it go both ways. But they've had a game plan and they stuck to it. And that's the thing we're having to look at. If you have a game plan and your game plan is literally to try and wind the opposition up, teams have done that for years and managed to be very successful at it. So it's been a very scrappy game. The conditions haven't helped either team. So I think the style of play they would normally both like to play is not there. So it's always very interesting to see where we are at and how they go. But at halftime, thankfully, it is 0-0. But with us being down to 10 men, we are going to have to dig deep to try and stay in this one. It can be a tough one. Not what you want to happen, but it is what it is. I think we lose him now for Middlesbrough game because it was only a It was a double yellow. So, and on that kind of thing, you need to be a bit more smarter. That the actual foul for the second one, it's dumb. When you're on a yellow like that, it's dumb. It's not a tackle you make. It's not a tackle you think about making. But it has been very scrappy. I can see more happening in this. I can see more argy-bargy players being pulled apart again because it got that feel to it. It's had it all game. It's gonna simmer. I don't think this could be the only yellow sending off today. And with some of the people we've got yellow carded already, we don't want that. So you are thinking in this second half, we are going to have to change something and make sure we can just stay in this. We were being down to 10 men. At half time, we take Michael Smith off and bring Ottavio on. And we started to play things forward and trying to play some decent football, trying to knock it about a little bit. But we go 1-0 up. Josh Winder kind of falls into it, makes it 1-0, and it's a fantastic way to just start all getting going. Now, granted, we haven't got a goal behind either to try and do this. It was one of the ones you look at it and you go, okay, brilliant. And you're thinking, how can we get into this? Because they are going down a lot and they're trying to pick up the free kicks and stuff. So we're having to be careful because they are playing that kind of game. The way we saw in the first half, it's the same kind of thing. Beadles had to pull off some incredible saves. I won't lie. Beadles have to pull off some incredible saves this game. And the thing is, you look at what we've got going into the Christmas period. Bernard will be banned for both Middlesbrough and the Preston game. So we are going to have to really find something to help with that, because if we're not careful, that could be a big issue for us. But we do play some good stuff, and we're trying to see what happened. But they are knocking the ball well round at the time, Stoke, and we're having to keep concentrating. Now, here's the bit that's controversial. They should have had a penalty. It was a clear penalty that should have gone the way of Stoke, because Barry Bannon handles that. He 100% handles that. And when you see him handle it, you're thinking, oh, how's the ref not seen it? We got away with one there. And you really have got away with one. So we make changes. Windass off, Patterson on, Chalobah on, Gassama on. Off, because Gassama been brilliant today as well. Are you thinking, are we going to be able to have a bit more luck? Well, the answer to that is no. They get a penalty. The penalty, I don't see where the penalty come from, but at the same time, it's what they deserve for not getting the penalty with Barry Bannon. Beadle made a cracking save. It's a really good save. And you're just wanting to see how things go with that. But before that, we do go 2-0 up. Sorry, we would go 2-0 up before that. Patterson makes it 2-0. And it's a really good ball in by Shea Charles to Pato, very similar to the first goal. 2-0, and you're thinking that game, they had the penalty. It's a good save by Beadle. We had to hold on a little bit of afters go on at times in the game. But apart from that, everything ends up being the way we want it to. I think we had 6 shots, 4 on target there, 15 and 4. We had to dig deep today. Today we had to dig deep a lot. And at the end of the day, we have dug deep. We got all 3 points. Granted, we're going to have issues with the likes of Bernard not going to be in the next couple of games. But at the same time, we got all 3 points. And that's what matters. All 3 points at home. Go into that go into Boxing Day and see what happens next. Have a Merry Christmas, guys. It won't be the last video you see from me. There'll probably be one tomorrow and then one on Monday. But have a good Christmas if you don't, and I will speak to you soon.